Mind Walk! Welcome back to the Mind Walk.
Yes, we're going to try to go to the farm today.
The farm?
Gonna sneak
Yeehaw, that sounds just like a wimmy diddle of a darn tootin' time.
Sneak on to the farm.
The farm around... I keep wanting to call this Balboa Park because of Lake Balboa, but I know that's not what it is.
Well,
Ooh, look at that dystopian golf cart automated... It's not a cart, it's a...
Oh,
it's carrying the golf clubs in a bag, but there's no one pushing it because someone's just got a little remote control. I mean, look at that thing go.
I mean, well, I can't wait until that's what the new RoboCop is.
I can't wait until the old man who's using the remote control to use the remote three-wheeled wheelchair for the golf clubs ends up being the one in the wheelchair.
Yes, it is as dystopic as it gets. The ultimate dystopia would be when the golf cart gains sentience and wants to like.
Well, that wasn't a cart. That was. Let's be clear.
Yes,
right?
You're right. It's the golf club roller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's kind of. It's a little better, though, than a cart, isn't it? Because it allows you to walk.
Sure.
I mean, you can walk and carry the clubs. But if you had to choose between driving the cart with the clubs in the back versus having a small mechanical cart just for the clubs and you walk, that does take less energy, right?
Yeah,
because it's only moving the clubs and you get to walk. So I think I'm changing my mind. As dystopic as it looks, it's a little better.
Hey, where you at? Oh, there you are. He is so happy today.
Barney's with us.
Yes. He is a happy, happy dog right now.
The other thing about the golf course, which I'll say around here, is that for whatever reason, geese tend to favor the landscape of the golf course compared to anywhere else around here.
Oh, yeah. It's probably closer to their, natural environment.
Yeah.
It's probably... geese are from Scotland, right? I don't know. I think geese are from everywhere, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's nice to see some geese.
I'm pretty sure that at some point someone hit a golf ball and it just took a goose's head clean off.
Oh, I'm sure.
Boom!
I feel like that is the... that's probably the number one cause of unnatural death of geese.
Unnatural goose
Oh, well,
death.
no, I guess they do get hunted.
Yeah. Wonder what other animals get killed by golf courses most.
Well, I'm going to say squirrels. I mean, obviously, in the movie Caddyshack, he was going after the gopher.
Yeah.
He was murdering... he was planning a terrorist attack upon the gopher. That was really... Carl was a homegrown Timothy McVeigh against the native gopher that was living in the indigenous gopher that was living in the golf.
Well, I mean, that's what a golf course does, though, right?
Yeah.
Destroys a habitat. I guess you could build a golf course on... I mean, everything's a habitat for something, I guess, right?
I mean, a golf course is a habitat for golfers.
Look, why don't you just make a golf course, and all you do is, you mow a radius and you put in a hole so you have a green.
Yeah.
And apart from that, it's just the natural landscape.
It's all rough.
Unless it's short grass, naturally.
Yeah.
Then why not?
I mean, I think probably that was originally the way golf courses were.
Right.
Yeah.
Just play it as it lies.
Yeah.
Sean, I thought of a compromise.
I
thought of a compromise.
Yeah, 4.
Well, we're going to have a switchback someday. And in that switchback, we're going to be arguing about whether or not you should be able to be intoxicated on an archery range.
Oh, yeah.
And we were walking along this sort of path.
This is
with
what
the
reminded
fence.
you.
And I came up with a very simple solution for the public range.
A public range that allows intoxication?
Well, no, that's your position.
No, I'm saying like you sign a waiver and you can get drunk on it.
Well, basically, yeah. Well, I was going to say, let's give ourselves the worst scenario where there's only one range, right? There's only one public range, so we have to figure out a way. And you can just have, on days and off days.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, for the people who aren't comfortable with intoxication while arching, then, they get, I don't know, we can negotiate how many days a week, but, a couple days a week. And then on the other days, or even just split days in half or something. So that way...
Tuesdays are beer nights at the archery range.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Coors Light.
And I guess, depending on the demand for sober archery, there's at least, one day or half a day a week or whatever where the sobers can have their sober archery.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well,
I mean, it's a public space, so it should be able to accommodate all kinds of people, right?
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's like pool and bowling. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, they are slightly less dangerous than archery, but they're definitely. Oh, and darts. Darts is no. I mean, darts. I don't want to say is as dangerous as archery, but at least it is a real weapon.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of golf and bowling, which are two endeavors that came from Scotland, are a result of the British trying to disarm them. Right? Because the caber toss was a way where they're like, oh, well, we're not allowed to have swords and arrows anymore, so we're going to take a telephone pole and throw it, and that'll keep us in fighting condition without having to...
I see.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some martial art like capoeira or something? It's a dance, but it's not a dance. It's actually a martial art or something.
Oh, yeah. These are all...
Or even if it's not really a martial art, and people would be free to disagree with me, but now after listening to, Joe Rogan, really this is just a Joe Rogan commentary podcast.
At this point,
that we're doing. But yeah, they
hashtag
were
Joe
looking
Rogan.
at, they were talking about MMA as they do. And just basically that because of this rise of mixed martial arts tournaments, it sort of revealed that some martial arts that have been taken very, very seriously for a long time aren't actually really good combat options.
Yes. I mean, even the kata in like Japanese karate is like kind of like the basic moves, but if you went out there just doing kata, you would get your ass fucking handed to you. and I never understood. Like, I was like, I was taking karate to whatever, because I was a kid and didn't really have an understanding. Taekwondo seems a little more kind of combat based.
But either way, it's going to give you fitness, and that will always give you an advantage in a fight.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying. So I wonder how much of if somebody could get really good, a Scottish Highlander with a club and a golf ball, he could actually take out a redcoat.
Well, I saw a guy who was doing shillelagh combat, kind of taught as a martial art.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, bow sticks and joe sticks are very big martial arts.
But that was a similar story. The guy was saying that in Ireland there was a ban on swords or something.
Yeah.
And so you'd have people carrying around these shillelaghs with these big knobs at the top. And it could be with the pretense of, I need it to walk, but really use it as a club. Hey, when I've gone to Comic-Cons and I bring my walking stick,
they want you to check your stick.
They check the stick, and they're looking at it, and they're a little. Some of them are a little confused by it. So like, it's just a stick made of wood.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's not made of any kind of.
Yep.
I don't know what they make cosplay props out of. Some kind of poly something 8 or whatever. But it's like, no, it's not. It's not a piece of foam that's painted to look like wood. No, it's just a piece of wood.
Just a piece of wood.
But there's a little bit of like, I don't know, you got to take it to weapons check is what you do. So you got to take the walking stick to weapons check. Yeah. Which, taking it back to the mind walk, of course, it's like, I kind of am surprised, I guess not surprised, but why don't we see more walking sticks around?
Well, I think
it's so useful. It's a third leg, and I mean, there's no reason that if we wanted to, we couldn't be using a walking stick right now. It's just And the main conclusion I came to was that it's probably just because walking isn't a primary mode of transportation anymore, so it's not used as much.
I think there's a little bit of that. I think that there's also, just to peel it back, I think in America specifically, we have a real vanity about healthfulness.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so if you are walking around with any kind of, there's a word for it.
Pain.
But like any kind of like, there's
infirmament.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Any kind of device that, helps your.
Yeah.
Now we could go across to or I'm thinking we go down there, go to and then come down. Yeah.
We'll go down to the river.
Yep.
And then cut across.
Yep. And then we're on the civilized side of the park because we're next to the golf course. There's a baseball diamond. Yes, we may touch on some, homeless, unhoused settlements. Well, they are their homes. But we'll at least avoid the most of the negative side of the capitalist dystopian nightmare. But yeah,
and it's not that I won't ever want to return there again, but one, we have been through it quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
And then secondly, I think that giving myself on the walk like 20 or maybe just like 15 minutes up front to just be kind of walking and getting my heart rate up before diving into that probably makes me just a happier camper.
And I will admit, for whatever reason, and this is my love of rust and broken things and sea glass and broken glass, it's like there's a part of me that just super loves that kind of like apocalyptic that apocalypse. I can't like when we go along the riverbeds, it reminds me of my childhood and spending a lot of time kind of like, because I think in Lakewood, where I grew up, there wasn't much kind of like natural landscapes. There was like Hardwick Park and El Dorado. They were out there, but they weren't really like as available. So it was either like you could go to Mayfair Park, which is just like a regular old city park with baseball diamonds, and kind of reminds me of North Hollywood Park, where it's just like there's a workout stuff. But if I really wanted to discover my city, I'd get on my bike and just go along the riverbeds and find all the, the backsides of the cul-de-sacs and the industrial areas. And it was like, that was my discovery phase of seeing the limits of how far I could go when I was a kid. And I still have that urge.
Holy chicken!
Holy chicken, yes. It was amazing.
Holy chicken.
Which, so it makes me think, if people are on to what we're doing here, like you were saying, like this was we're putting our creative endeavor out there, and like they can see our minds for what they are. I think being a marketing consulting firm, even though I'm a little bit against kind of most kinds of marketing. Mm-hmm. But if a company was trying to be like green and environmentally friendly, and why not take their money and help them figure out their messaging to appeal to a Greta Thunberg kind of audience? Why not?
And take their money? You mean pay them money?
No, I'm saying we could be, like, as artists, we could be the people getting consulted about how people should approach their branding and marketing.
Okay, well, we need to be successful first.
Sure,
right?
sure. But I'm just saying, as a way to consult, like I'm just saying, like, so looking at Holy Chicken,
right, Holy Chicken, the Morgan Spurlock, documentary follow up to Super Size Me, if you will.
Yeah.
And
I think it's literally called Super Size Me 2: Holy Chicken.
Yeah, I think that was probably because Super Size Me is his
brand.
It's his brand. It's his most well-known work. And I don't think it really needed to be a follow-up to Super Size Me. It was about fast food still, but it was about a little more than just fast food. So, it's fine that he did that, but really when you start watching it, I was ultimately pleased to find out, okay, it wasn't just like Super Size Me, but he's eating only chicken now or something. Yeah. It was really a very different premise.
Yeah. Well, but again, I feel like Super Size Me was a critique on the, fast food industry.
Well, from the consumer side.
Yes.
This was more a critique of the fast food industry from the producer side.
Yeah, yep.
This is our first Mindwalk movie review, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of why I wanted to front load it with,
yeah.
It's a Morgan Spurlock. Let the people know what we're talking about.
And, it's... I thought it was pretty remarkable. He's a great filmmaker. I mean, you can't get he's got a very distinct voice, and I think he's, he's kind of, doing the Lord's work, as it were, with his Holy Chicken. I think he came up with the Holy Chicken idea because of all these talks about halos. These branding
health halos,
the health halos, the branding halos, the greenwashing, like
all these magic words that they print on things to make you feel like whether it's organic or free range or natural. Natural is probably one of the worst ones, perhaps the worst one. The health halo, that's right. That was a big concept in that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I've learned from both my cynical parents and also just from reading articles about how this word or that word or a couple different words basically don't mean anything. But I sort of naively thought, well, like, even if they basically don't mean anything, they must mean like something, like some bare minimum. But really no. Well, that documentary just exposed how the vast majority of terms that we associate with these health halos, I'm reading this package and I'm going to choose this one over that other product because it's got these words. That really, even though it's managed like through the FDA, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
But it's really they're just buying words that sound good and basically just like sort of paying a fee to use them. But it's really no different from like a trademark because it ends up being just a meaningless phrase that they put on their thing for a fee, right? It's just a racket.
Oh yeah. Well, exactly. So you could pay the government and just like the free range. Free range is the one that I was just like, you kind of have a vague idea of what free range is in your head.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, and then the way he actually implemented it, was the bare minimum.
Yeah, well, he put just this little
semicircle gate right outside of the door of the coop, and it was
and by coop we mean like a warehouse, basically a giant warehouse.
Oh yeah, a giant chicken coop. But again, like they were all cage free, which now the implication. Okay, let's turn this way.
Cage free or free range?
Well, no, but I'm saying like the implication that some companies can put cage free, and that one woman was talking about like. Yeah, that no chickens in America are allowed to be in cages, right? put me in the frame of mind of like, well, so now these marketing companies are kind of implying even more.
Get your feet in there.
Oh, gotcha. They're implying even more cruelty by putting cage-free on their packaging. So they're kind of casting a brand. Did he get in there? Nice. They're casting a negative brand halo, brand horns, I don't know, around the idea that maybe we treat animals more cruel than they actually are, because, like she was saying, putting it on your packaging is meaningless because you can't put a chicken in a cage in America anyways. So now I've had a picture in my head of a chicken just crammed in a fucking cage and force fed or whatever. And it's kind of like, I'm trying to really nail this down. It's kind of like saying, well, my competitor is a baby fucker, but I'm not a baby fucker, or might be, allegedly, it's kind of putting in the minds that if people don't have the cage-free branding on there, that somehow the other company is a despicable monster. And that right there is just like, fuck you, branding and marketing companies. Just the fact that they could put this implication in our heads is, when I talk about mind control or magic spells or casting a spell, they're kind of casting an evil, dark spell that somehow, chickens are, I mean, they're cruelly treated anyways, but they're even more, that somehow they're even more cruelly treated than we already do. It's like it's like our imagination about just these evil farmers just trying to get as much fucking, product out of their chicken.
Well, that is what's happening, though, except it's, as the documentary reveals, it's really more,
Tyson,
it's not the farmers themselves, but the, like, Tyson chickens, right, or Tyson Foods. That they're the ones who are kind of setting the parameters for fucking over the chickens, but also fucking over the farmers. So the farmers are really just another type of chicken?
Yep. Oh, yeah, they're definitely being harvested just as... and because of the tournament system,
the tournament system. Talking about your competition, just the arbitrary rules. That to me was one of the most moving parts of the whole thing.
Oh yeah, when they went and talked to the farmers about how they're being fucking screwed. That's when I texted you that I cried. That there's two sections where I cried, was talking to the farmers about they're being brutalized by the tournament system and the loan structures. And the
shifting goalposts,
of
the tournament structure.
Yep.
And just how, because all these weird rules are created in order to decide how much money is being paid not per chicken, but it's like they have different qualities of chicken. Tyson gets to harvest these chickens and then is like, okay, this was like good and this was great or whatever. And you don't know what fucking criteria they're really using.
And again,
when someone speaks out against them, against Tyson or just makes some criticism or whatever, then like, unsurprisingly, lo and behold, you are knocked down a few pegs in the tournament and aren't making as much money. So the complexity of the system allows them to use it in order to fuck people over and just keep them... just fighting with each other, trying to constantly, they're all clawing for the top of this mountain to get the coin at the top, and it's not even supposed to be a fair contest where someone could actually win based on some kind of objective metric. It's really just exists to keep these farmers just fighting at each other,
competing
with each other instead of
fighting against Tyson.
Yeah. And we see that playing out in the capitalist dystopian nightmare. In the capitalist dystopian nightmare. Chicken edition.
The other aspect of it is a complex algorithm that maybe they could jigger to get better results, but often they were saying...
What's up?
He was doing a little sign of the cross at us to keep our unmasked faces away from him.
Oh, is that what it was about?
Oh yeah, just as covered as he was doing as he went by.
I don't know if that will help.
I mean, Jesus cured plague victims. Did
Look,
he
if
not?
the Virgin Mary on your hat isn't enough to stop the spread of COVID, then I don't think a finger cross is going to do it.
So so it's a complex algorithm, but they were saying basically if Tyson gives them shitty chickens from the hatchery, they're fucked right out of the gate, you know. But the other thing is, so let's say if this is this complex algorithm, Tyson can just decide who's going to win to keep everybody down, right? So even though the farmers are trying to play the algorithm, let's say justly, or as the game is set up, Tyson is just deciding. And I think what they do is they're like, raise this one up, raise this one up, drop them, raise it. Like, I think they're doing it in a way that makes sure that everybody is in constant flux.
Yeah.
Because they're all good farmers. They all know what the fuck they're doing. It's just like you're gonna with the pure genetic outlay of all the fucking chickens that are coming, you're gonna get some bad batches and you're gonna get some good batches. What was it, like 320 billion chickens in America right now, or maybe it's in the world.
I couldn't help but compare the chickens to the American people. You are what you eat.
Yeah.
These chickens are genetically bred to be just like super fat and super big.
Yep.
And that's one thing. But what ends up happening is that their legs bow and break under their own weight as they grow and get fat.
Socket comes out.
And then some of them just die from heart attacks.
Yeah.
Just dead chicken. It died. Why? It was just too big and too fat. And we bred them to be that way.
Yeah.
But look, American people, we're eating a lot of fast food. We're eating the chicken. And we're getting fat and having heart attacks.
Yeah. That's it.
It's literally just passing down that kind of lifestyle. I mean, what does the capitalist dystopian nightmare want us to do? It wants us to just consume.
And then consume us. Like medical costs.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, like all these ways in which we had to buy our way out
and funeral
of...
costs.
And funeral costs. But buy our way out of the damage we've eaten ourselves into.
Yeah, well, make them pay both ways. It's like I used to say about caller ID.
Yeah.
That caller ID is really just a scam to sell caller ID blocking.
Haha, yeah.
And then once everyone has caller ID and caller ID blocking, then you are just back to having regular phones again.
Yep.
But you're paying for two services.
Yep.
Now, that is a little bit outmoded, I guess, because now it's integrated with cell phones. But back when caller ID was a thing when I was growing up...
Oh, Barney.
It became a thing, I feel like, when I was a young teenager or so. And suddenly it was like, oh, wow, you can, like, know who's calling you as they're calling you. Like, how about that? And then, you know, you realize that when you were calling people that they could see who you were. But it just became a thing that all phones were sold with. It's not unlike features on a car. It's like, here's this piece of technology, and it's got caller ID and caller ID blocking. So it's basically a normal fucking phone.
It is. It's so funny because I feel like now if somebody calls me and I don't know who it is, it's an unknown number, I just don't answer it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like, how do people still think that... how do people still think that somebody just randomly calling them on their cell phone is something... Like, when we were phone banking for Barney, it really surprised me how many people would actually fucking answer the phone.
It did.
Yeah. But,
it did surprise me, too. Speaking of Barney, guess what, Sean? Yesterday, I voted no on the Democratic Party platform.
Woohoo!
I voted yes for Bernie as the nominee. I voted no for the Democratic Party platform because it does not include Medicare for all. It mentions Medicare for all. It says that as part of ensuring that Americans have access to medical care, that the Democratic Party welcomes those who want to expand the ACA and also those in favor of Medicare for all as all being part of the solution, for the discussion about the solution or something like that. But they don't really welcome the people who want Medicare for all, not the establishment, even though the majority of Democratic voters want Medicare for all somehow. And I believe, and the majority of
the
majority of democratically controlled, if you will, states have said in their own, like the state Democratic parties, I should say, the majority of state Democratic parties say they want Medicare for all.
Yeah.
Majority of Democrats, majority of states, Democratic parties have said they want Medicare for all, and yet the National Party, for some
odd, weird reason that is totally unknowable, we can never understand. But this was also, you voted no on that, also on the day that Top Cop. I mean, all this protest, all these people decrying the police state and wanting to defund the police, and everybody's fucking jerking off because Top Cop is the VP candidate.
Yep.
The racist rapist and the Top Cop versus the other racist rapist and the Christian. That's America. That is America 100,000%. I think let's go in here. That is, oops, sorry, bud. Like, we are a Christian theocracy that is fascistic and corporatist. Mm-hmm. And anybody who thinks we're not is a fool. A fool.
Yeah, I happen to think that, well, one, I'm sure, as we all know, that Joe knew that Kamala was going to be his pick for some time and was just choosing when to announce it.
Yep.
Now, the delegates, of which I believe now there are over 800 who voted no on the platform for that reason, for that specific reason, that it doesn't include Medicare for all. We had planned for like a week out or so or yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, to be the day of action, and we're all going to vote in mass because we had like a week basically to do our ballots, digital ballots. We had like a week to do it. We decided like this is going to be the day we're all going to do it at once to like make this impactful statement, right? Yeah. And that is the same day,
of course,
that Joe announces,
of course,
Kamala. So, yeah, I kind of think that it's just on the day that we're sending out this signal of like we're not as united as you fucking think. No, we don't want it. No, draw attention to the fact that the Democrats don't support this popular policy that their own people in their own party want. That on that day, it's like, oh, well, it's like, rook to E5, and then it's like, oh, well, knight to, I don't know, whatever position. Let me see, E, F, G, 6, because I think that would attack the rook. But in any case, to me, it's not a coincidence. To me, it's very likely that this was done in order to distract the media. Say, oh, don't run the story about this coup, to put it in as lofty a terms as possible, of Democratic delegates, Bernie delegates, who are voting no on the platform. We're saying no to your fucking platform.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be the story because it's all going to be about Kamala.
Yep. And
so, that fucking sucks. But I did get a tweet that I'm going to read. I'm going to read a tweet, Sean.
Okay. From your what is the title of your Twitter account?
Well, my handle is politics1million. That's 1 million as in 1000000. I wanted it to be as generic a name as possible, almost to look like a troll account.
It does.
But 1 million is such a precise particular number, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for
sure. It doesn't
sure.
feel like one that came out of a random number generator,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
But,
real quick. Did you try Politics 100, Politics 1,000?
Maybe I did. I don't recall how many zeros I had to go through before I got to a million. But a million is a million.
A million's a million. Everybody wants to be a million. Who wants to be a million?
And my name right now is Bernie Delegate CA29, ballot box emoji, no on platform with/out M4A. You get really good at cramming it all in there when you have character limits.
well, again, like, Twitter makes aphorists of us all.
So here was the tweet. Today I voted no on the Democratic Party platform as it does not include Medicare for all. Healthcare must not be tied jobs, and all should get treatment free at point of service. Many claim healthcare is a human right, but don't support universal programs. Frauds. So a few errors in there.
Yeah. I mean, that's what gives it its charm, though.
But as of right now, it has been retweeted 627 times, liked 2,662 times, and has 89 comments. This may be the most far-reaching statement that I have ever made.
Bam! Look at that. Even bigger than no one way podcast. Even bigger than that. Even bigger
than no one way podcast.
Then bootleg shrimp center.
Shrimp center?
Yeah. Bootleg
fish center.
I know. I think it'd be funnier if it was bootleg shrimp center.
It would be,
like
just
one level more bootleg. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we aren't even going to use Fish Center.
Bootleg Sea Monkey channel?
Yes, bootleg Sea Monkey channel.
I'm going to take a little video of this river, Sean.
Yes, please.
The River Sean. The Shenandoah.
Oh, shit. I should have worn my fucking somewhat waterproof boots today. Oh, well. It's fine. Hey, Barney, you got an off-leash buddy here. Come on, come and say hi.
Oh, the moon is still out, too.
Yeah. I always find that the moon out during the day, to me, feels very apocalyptic. Like the whole bad moon rising.
I don't know. I don't find it too apocalyptic. It's really just part of nature that, I don't know, a lot of people have forgotten. I have a friend who is,
Barney,
what is he,
say hi.
An astronomer?
Yeah? Look.
Like an astronomy? Not astronomy. Dogs. I got distracted by dogs.
They're the best distraction. I think the fact that they're both off leash, they're like, okay, we're cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, he gets along with females better,
too.
For sure. Is she young?
Just a little over a year.
Yeah. She got that puppy energy.
She's got to walk down here fast so she doesn't run in the water.
Oh, that's smart. Hey, come on, bud. Over here, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.
Lovely. Got a little bit of bonus dog content.
I mean, that's all I'm really looking for is that bonus dog.
So I think he's an astrophysicist.
Okay, yes.
And he teaches college.
Wait, this is a friend of yours.
This is a friend of mine from middle school. Well, even before, like from kindergarten, probably.
Wow.
If not kindergarten, then...
You've got a kindergarten astrophysicist friend?
Yeah, I mean, maybe first or second grade, but yeah.
So, I just out of curiosity...
He was a real good friend, yeah.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, how...
We'll call him the Astro Wizard.
How soon or young or whatever did you start seeing his predisposition towards the heavens?
I guess it would have to be In what grade was that? Wasn't third grade. I'm thinking maybe it was either second grade or fourth grade. We had to do a report. It was one of the first reports we ever had to do, like a multi-page report. And it was only I'm sure it was only like 3 or 4 pages long or something, but it was like we had to do a report on one of the planets. Now, this was back when Pluto was a planet, and now I believe it is again, but it was before it became not a planet for a while. And he and I, being the kind of weirdos that we were, decided that we were going to do Pluto as for our planet report.
Right, because it was a controversial...
It was controversial, I guess, but I don't think that controversy was in our minds at the time. We may have learned about it as we did research. But it was more just that it was like the smallest one, and it was like far away. And
oh, yeah.
I mean, when you're a kid, Pluto isn't going to be the planet that's really that interesting, right? You're going to want Saturn or something. Or
I'd also say, though, it's also there's a Disney character.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah. I mean, I've have my own personal fascinations with Pluto. I think probably because it is a marginal character.
And it's a dog?
Yeah, both as a planet and as a Disney character.
Well, it kind of is a satellite, right?
Yeah.
It's a satellite around Mickey.
Yeah.
The star.
Which this is not a controversial statement, but why is Goofy a humanoid
and intelligent, if you will,
and has the gift of language,
right,
and ostensibly reason, even though in Goofy's case it's very light.
Well, he has empathy.
I mean, I don't think dogs don't have empathy.
Well, but I'm just talking about. Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Well, I guess he has a complex range of emotions, right?
Yeah. In that he can express mostly vocally.
Yeah, and again, dogs have them too, but I don't know, Goofy seems like a very complex emotional animal. Like, he may be kind of an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
But he's definitely a feeling creature that is going to make decisions out of wanting the best for his friends and stuff.
Yeah, if you were to put Goofy into some kind of, I'll just say, like a kennel or maybe an immigration camp, you would be upset, right? But if you put Pluto, it's like, well, maybe he needs to be kennelized. You know what I mean? Like, Pluto's like, well, that's the proper place for a dog. But if you put Goofy in there, because also Goofy could complain. Goofy could be like, oh, guys, do I really belong in here? I don't know. Is that a Goofy voice? I'm not sure.
It's close enough.
But yeah.
Well, they're all in the kennel of Disney.
Yeah. You get it out there and you fucking perform, you talking dog.
And the guy who's in the Goofy costume is in a kennel of Goofy. So we decided to do the report on Pluto.
Oh, nice.
And I remember that as nice as my report was, I think his was just like a lot better than mine. And his interest in the planet was... I wasn't disinterested because I'm interested in science and I'm interested in wanting to learn more about the planets, but he just had a level of interest in it and seriousness about it that was like, oh, you really want to do this Pluto thing, huh? And he really did. And then the second clue...
I don't think I'm going to make it all the way across.
Oh, really?
I mean, what do you think?
I think that we've come this far and we've been talking about doing it forever. So why not cross the river?
Now's the time.
Why not cross the river? Barney doesn't mind.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, if you don't want to get your shoes wet, we can
I'm not worried about the shoes. What I'm worried about is like the slick surfaces and falling in. So, but if you look at like just even like right around this little island I'm standing on here, it's all fucking moss. Yeah. And if I...
Well, I mean, I would suggest leaping to that other stone there.
Yeah, well...
Sean's turning back.
No, I'm thinking what I'm trying to do is just walk through the water rather than the algae.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Are we doing it? Are we going to cross?
Yeah, why not?
We're going to fucking cross the river, guys.
I'm thinking of going like this middle path here that's not so mossy. I mean, I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go over this way because, yep. Now I'm on a mud flat.
All right.
There's a bunch of ducks.
Hang up. Let me catch up to you, Sean.
Sure thing. All these birds of prey like forming a funnel right here. Fucking amazing. Oh shit, are we gonna do it right here in the middle of the river?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, this is our break time.
Yes. Right here in the middle of the LA River. So we're gonna cut. We will see you on the other side. Mind walk! Oh yeah. So if you're standing in the middle of the river, just like take it in. You know, look at the birds and the ducks and the cranes and the egrets. All the waterfowl. Take a breath. Look at the dam. That is a damn good dam.
I like this view.
Yeah, this is fucking amazing. You know, just like the idea of picking my way across and now being like, no, just stand on a little island.
There was no rush. There was never a rush to get across the river.
But there's also really never a rush. Like, I feel like the only reason people have to rush is if they're getting away from a disaster or they're working in some kind of capitalist dystopian nightmare, which is a disaster. Which is like, we gotta make budget, we gotta make time, because somebody is gonna have to make money off of us. So we have to work as fast as possible. All of our movements need to be efficient. Oh wait, we're supposed to be relaxing right now. Take a drink of water. Breathe.
Well, as you've been stressing out, I've just been focusing on Barney.
Right?
Just walking around, smelling stuff.
Is that a dead duck, bud? It's got to be some kind of dead animal, or he wouldn't be so interested in it.
I almost feel like this is Barney's natural habitat.
Yeah, I definitely think he's got some kind of water dog in him, like waterfowl hunting dog.
It's all right. I like the juxtaposition of Barney walking around the river and you stressing about capitalism. Like it kind of takes the edge off.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. No wonder he was like kind of being a weirdo yesterday.
So I've been trying to train Sean to do better and better mind walk pitches. So let's hear it, Sean. Let's hear the mind walk pitch.
It's soothing. You know, you got, maybe an hour and a half of just like, you want to relax. You want to feel like you're on a hike with a couple of good friends. You know, you want to feel kind of the escape from your world. I mean, what better hour and a half is there than this? There isn't, as far as I can tell. This is as good as it gets, like audio-wise. So subscribe. We got a YouTube. We got a Spotify. We got an iTunes. We got a Patreon. It's all under the Mindwalk Pod banner. You can find it at Mindwalk Pod on all the social medias and on Patreon. And I think, for a mere $5, you could dig us out of the capitalist dystopian nightmare. You could help us. You could give us little $5 shovels to help us dig our way out of the prison of the capitalist dystopian prison industrial military complex nightmare. Yeah. And for $10, you get everything else. You get the videos, you get Barney. You be a trail angel. So do we call the $10 level the Archangel? Or no, it's still the Barney Cadets?
Barney Cadets.
Barney Cadets.
Barney the Wonder Dog Cadet Club. Or for $1.99, you could just join the capitalist dystopian nightmare and just give us money and get nothing but meaningless voting privileges.
Yeah. You'll get the nothing. I mean, I guess, yes, a vote. But a vote for Biden and Harris, what kind of vote is that? What is it? I don't know.
We believe in nothing, Lebowski.
We believe in nothing. Yeah, just...
There you go. Very nice.
Live the beauty. Be in the beauty. That's what we want to find here is...
I got to drink my water.
Oh, yes. Take a drink of water. Oh, yeah. I got a new... my new soft Hydro Pack. I guess Hydro Pack is the brand. It's a little 500 milliliter kind of, I don't know, Boda bag, plastic. I mean, rubberized. I don't know what it's made of. But it seems like it's gonna be... So it's no leak guarantee, PBA and PVC free. It can go from 60 degrees, it can get as hot as 140 degrees Fahrenheit. It's top rack safe. I think you could put it in the top rack on your car. And it's filter compatible, meaning you could put probably a life straw in here if you wanted. And it's soft and it's got a little nipple on it, and I have it hanging from a dog leash. I got it at REI, $14. I think everyone should get one of these. I mean, right? Hydro Pack. And I got a little cup for Barney to drink water, but he's got plenty of water to drink today.
I'm ready to move. I love this clear water.
Yeah.
And it smells good. I love the smell of fresh air around water.
Yeah.
Moving water.
I will say one of my favorite words and favorite smells, petrichor.
Petrichor. What is petrichor?
Petrichor is the smell of fresh rain falling.
Okay.
And I read an article recently where they talked about a very specific chemical is released from plants when rain first hits it, and what we are smelling when we smell petrichor is this hormonal chemical that they are releasing. Petrichor. Which I feel like a little bit of the river fresh air smell might have a hint of petrichor in it.
So the second time I realized that my space wizard friend...
Oh, yeah. So first Pluto.
The first clue was the planet report.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. First Pluto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second clue was... This was more just a science thing in general. Oh, we actually did a science fair project on the tide once. We made this, clay... I don't know, we took, this big cooking pan, and we made, a clay beach on it, and put sand on it, and, painted it, and made it look like the beach, and then had, a styrofoam ball that was the moon, and it was all about the tides. Yeah, we did a lot of science projects together. He was a really goofy kid, much like me. We spent most of our time playing video games and just, playing with blocks and just being really silly. And just joking about exploding. We were really into joking that we explode.
I gotta take a picture of this.
A dead animal.
I think it's a dead possum, maybe?
That thing's been decaying for a while.
I want parts of it for sure.
Oh, that is just disgusting.
Oh, but the skull! Oh my god, I want that skull!
Do what you want to do.
Is there something I can carry the skull in? Oh, fuck.
See, finally, Sean takes out his camera and does some of the fucking work on this goddamn podcast. I'm always the one taking pictures of bonus content. Finally, a dead animal, and Sean's like, this is the one that I'll bother taking my phone. I didn't even know he fucking had his phone anymore. I thought he was just leaving it in the car and leaving it all to me.
Kind of mostly. Mostly I want to be disconnected from my phone. Okay. Let me just see. Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll separate the head today and then at some point come back and get it.
All right, hold on. Hold on. I don't trust your camera skills.
It's pretty desiccated.
Yeah, it's probably all right. I think that's the shot. What is that? Was it like trapped in wire, or are those like its long claws? Or
So
bones
okay, so
or
I think
whatever?
so. If you look at it, I think what happened was, so this is its spine, right? And as it dried, the spine curved up backwards, because these are the paws.
Yeah, I see
right
those.
there, and then
Probably
yeah.
got picked at.
Yeah, probably something ate it. Oh God! Oh, I just want the. Oh, there's no way of getting that skull without getting the whole thing. Ugh. Ugh.
I could step on the caked dirt that is skull adjacent and try and kind of break it off.
Break it up. No, get out of there, Bart. Ugh. Okay. Ugh.
You could rinse it off in the river.
Yeah, let me break it first.
Guys, this mind walk is now just going to become Sean dealing with a dead possum.
Get out of there, Barty.
You can't stop him. Once he goes on a tear like this, he's
Ugh.
going to be obsessed with this skull forever.
Yep, it's true.
But while you're doing that, can I...
Yeah,
continue
finish your
my
story. Yeah.
So yeah, we did that. And this is just a case where I don't have much more to say on the Tides project, except that it was the first science fair we did, and I haven't thought of that memory in just decades. And it's just cool to just have it brought up again.
Right?
I like that about these mind walks, bringing back these memories. And now it's recorded, so
It's
there's that too.
Yeah, do you think you can get him on here?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And
And
maybe
then the third thing was we did multiple science projects. Let's go through them all.
Yeah.
One, we did, we wanted to see if we could get ice to melt more slowly. So basically an insulation project. We were learning about insulation and about heat transfer. And we had to pick materials. We decided to pick materials for wrapping ice in and see which one would prevent it from melting more, right? So I picked aluminum foil, which really was a terrible choice.
But you have to learn that.
You have to learn that. And I just sort of associated foil with being metallic and metal with being cold, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it actually, on some levels, makes sense, but that's also, through experience, I've realized that it's like, no way.
Yeah. But I did have to learn it. And he picked, Space Wizard picked just cloth, like a towel. And I remember, we were very young, but I remember kind of making fun of him. I was like, you're going to pick a towel? Like, that's going to be a horrible idea. Like, when you put on blankets, you get hot. It's like towels it's going to warm it up. Because I was...
Yep.
literally learning through that lesson. It's like,
Yeah.
what's actually warm about it is that it's keeping your own body heat in, not that it has some warmth-giving property inherently. Right?
Yeah, I think Barney's upset that I get to play with this thing. Yes, you didn't understand insulation.
And then, lo and behold, his ice cube melted much slower than mine in the aluminum foil, and I had to concede that he was right about that. And I learned something. And then he got me again when we were running water through different, I don't know what you'd want to call them, but soils, we'll say.
Oh yeah.
To see which one the water would pass through more easily. Now, I thought the one that the water would run through fastest was the sand that had a lot of clay in it. Because I thought, well, it already is dense with moisture, so it won't get absorbed as much, so the water will come through faster. Whereas he picked sand.
Yes.
Just straight up sand. And again, I was like, sand? That's a horrible idea. We know that sand just absorbs the water. It's never going to get through. But of course, the clay took forever to get through a drop, and the sand was just completely instantaneous.
Well, and it's like, that's the word I'm looking for. It's like having you as a little bit of this low grade competition, right? He's seeing your thought process, and he's like, let me. It's like he was doing the scientific process on your thinking too.
Maybe so.
Yeah, doing the Man.
All right, I'm going to get some video of Sean trying to pry a skull off of a carcass. I think that's really what needs to happen.
At least I broke it off the spine.
I mean, it's now premium content.
It's the leather is the problem.
I like the skin.
Yeah, the skin has wrapped itself around the head, so it's preventing. That is such a tough thing, and I don't want to break the skull either. But how do I? Yeah, you can smell it, Barney. Just don't roll in it. Yeah, it's okay for Dad to play with a dead body, but not you. Even if I could get this section right here to come apart, I need some kind of blade, something.
Well, do you not have a blade with you?
I did not bring my knife today, but now it makes me. There's a nail on this end. But maybe I can. Oh man, this is a tough one. What kind of animal did we think this is?
I guess a possum.
Yeah, this is annoying, huh?
Well, it has been a little bit of time when we're definitely not walking anymore.
That's true. I'll leave it for now and come back later. Because I'm not going to take that whole thing. And definitely we're not going down there. Spider Alley, no thank you. Yeah, even Barney was getting annoyed with me. Right, bud?
So yeah, he apparently was very scientifically minded and had an intuition. Even as I was listening to bootleg Stephen Hawking read history of clocks, he had the knowledge somehow. Although his dad was a doctor.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
Yeah, no, I think that helps because at least you've got somebody who has been trained in the scientific method in your house.
Even if the point of all of that was, in his classes, he's telling me that he would give an assignment to his college students and ask them to just track the moon for a month. Just tell me when it comes out and tell me when it goes away. Or even just look up every once in a while and tell me if you see the moon. Just keep track of when you can see the moon. That's the whole thing. So it's basically just a science 101 thing. It's observe the phenomenon.
Yeah.
Observe, document. And that he would get students who would give their data to him after the month was done. And it would literally just be the sun down to sun up hours. It'd be the moon came out at this time and it went away at this time. Because they would just look it up and assume that, the moon was out at night and the sun was out during the day.
And these are college students?
Yes.
Holy schmoly.
Yeah, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. And
these are college students that wanted to take this class.
Presumably.
Holy shit.
Maybe some of them had to for a requirement.
Well, astronomy will be the lowest level science class. It'll be the easiest one.
So, when you said it was kind of dystopian to see the moon out during the day, I disagreed, but only because it is in fact a very normal phenomenon.
Oh yeah, we just typically can't see it because of the ambient light of the sun.
Well, I feel like if we look for it, we'd probably be able to see it a lot more often. I mean, sometimes it's covered by clouds too.
Yeah.
But it happens all the time, I guess is my point.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what I mean by apocalyptic is these are the kinds of things that I'll just say ancient Mayan priests, scientists would use to get massive human sacrifice up and going, all the
space orbs.
Yeah, they would be tracking the movements, and they'd be like, oh, you know what? There's an eclipse coming. I need to flex my, science priest power and be like, you need to make human sacrifices until the moon comes back.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Isn't
it great how they go from, how religion just goes from, we're going to observe the universe as it is and document it. And it goes from that to, and that is the reason that we need human sacrifice.
Well, but I would say maybe, this is my suspicion, that they needed the human sacrifice to make, their city-state sustainable, that maybe they were having too many mouths to feed.
I highly doubt that.
No, I think that a lot of this...
what percentage of their population was sacrificed?
Hundreds. They would do hundreds of people. And these were usually times when there was drought or other things going on. And then they would use these things as a kind of like, just keep killing people until the sun comes back. Because, I don't think that even from a, religion is cruel aspect, I think there was probably always some kind of larger societal thing being safeguarded. And from what I can gather...
that's what religion would claim it's doing all the time.
Yeah,
we're a safeguard, we're a safeguard.
But from what I gather, if you, in these environments, if you were not strict about population control, then everybody's going to die.
So instead of oppressing women's bodies and telling them that they can't have abortions and that they need to do this insane, like they can't have sex before marriage and stuff, instead of doing that, they just killed them afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I have no forgiveness for that whatsoever.
Well, no, I'm saying it's not a forgiveness thing, and all I'm saying is right now, our powers that be are in a very kind of selfish and heavy-handed way exerting a level of population control upon our population by mishandling this pandemic because they don't have any answers about how to feed and house and give medical care to all the people in their
I disagree
care.
with that assessment.
No, I don't think it's a conscious thing. I think it's definitely a...
the number of people who are becoming
byproduct.
Unhoused as a result of this pandemic is, as a result of their failings, is so much higher than the number of people who are dying.
Oh yeah,
from
but that's also going to kill a lot of people. Those people are also going to die.
Well, some of them are going to die.
Yeah.
I just think that if that was their goal, conscious or otherwise, maybe that's their goal on a subconscious level, but I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't think.
I think that there's definitely
it doesn't add up to me, because if you want to say people are dying because of COVID, so this is evidence that there's a subconscious push towards population control because they can't house these people, then couldn't I just as easily say, well, because so many people are becoming unhoused, that this is a subconscious push towards unhousing more people?
Yeah. For sure.
Like, I don't know.
No. But what I'm saying is like these are all kind of like byproducts of our inability to reckon with the carrying capacity of our environment, and that the people that are rushing...
Well, it's not just capacity; it's also our inability and unwillingness to distribute resources.
Yes, but that's what it is. It's the people that have a lust to control those resources are the ones that also lack the imagination to figure out how to distribute those resources in an equitable way.
Well, and that's why I'm not gonna ever forgive a mass killing of people, because I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idealist, but it's like I'd like to try to find another way. We're humans with with these brains after all.
Oh, sure. I'm just saying that the systemic problem that we have is like... So the systemic problem that we have is as bad as human sacrifice, is as bad as the priest saying, we need to do this because of the gods. We need to do this because of capitalism. We need to do this
that's fair
because
enough.
of jobs and money.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. I'm saying it's coming from the same magical thinking, you know, and the, all the priests casting spells over lady bodies and saying what they can and can't do with them is kind of part and parcel with the, whatever, their inability to actually control human passions.
Well, here we are back at the tomato farm.
Back at the farm.
Back at the farm. All right, Sean, hold on, wait.
Oh, okay, yes.
We need some premium content of you taking a bite of a delicious tomato, don't we?
Right off the vine. Right off the vine. Just give me an action.
Look at these beauties. Look at these beauties. I mean, have a bite, Sean.
I definitely feel like a little bit of a farm boy, right? Just, I feel like I'm in a Johnny Cash song. Oh, like right from the earth. I mean, look at this. Just the bounty. This is the middle of the fucking city. This is the 101 and the 405. Why can't we have these all over the place? Why can't these just be part of our lives?
Here, Sean, get me.
Oh yeah. Why are people going hungry?
Well, we were just talking about distribution of resources.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's all this fucking food. Here it is.
Just laying on the ground.
I'm gonna grab a couple tomatoes. Yeah, have a look.
Yes. Look at that
perfect
beauty.
orb. The celestial sphere, guys.
Designed by God and nature. Oh my God.
It might be even better than before.
I mean,
I feel even like just a little riper, a little sweeter,
yeah.
a little more sun-kissed. I'm going to try one of these green ones. Do you think that the green ones are underripe or that they're just green ones?
They're underripe.
Okay, never mind.
But green tomatoes, like when you talk about fried green tomatoes, they're actually underripe tomatoes. That's why they're cooked, to bring out the sweetness in them.
So it's not worth eating?
Probably not.
All right, forget it.
I mean,
But look, we got these cherry tomatoes. And then what are these, Romas?
I think those are Romas.
Yep. And we got, look at this. We just got like fresh on the vine, but also in the trenches here. Just tomatoes rotting in the sun. Are these harvested? Are they designed just to fall into the land and re-soil or nourish the soil?
I don't know.
We got a horsefly over here. I'm trying to zoom in on it. But
I wish I understood farming better.
It is.
Seems
Found a good one? Let's have a look.
it's pretty good.
Yeah. And look, it just goes on and on, folks. It goes on and on. Tomato walk? Can I get a tomato walk with you, Sean?
Tomato walk. Yeah. This is like, this is like a little bit of heaven. A little bit of like paradise.
A little bit of Eden, you could say?
Yes. Yeah, Eden. Oh, and the smell of this vine. Fuck yeah.
All right, so time for us to loot some tomatoes. What do you think of this one over here, Sean? These are peppers, huh?
Seems like it.
But I don't know, they just are so blood red compared to some of these other tomatoes.
No, but I think they're peppers. I think it's probably one of those things where you just put like a different plant interspersed with them to kind of keep,
Yeah,
there's
you
some
want to keep
scientific
them,
reason. I think the peppers take on the flavor of the tomatoes or something.
But yeah, it maybe helps keep certain insects away or something.
Yeah.
Or something. Let's see. Let's harvest some more. Bless you.
Thank you.
I just had a produce box delivered the other day.
Yeah.
And now I guess I'm getting more produce. Now look at this. Look at this, Sean. Well, they fell off. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
You want to talk about fresh off the vine? This is fresh. Fresh, fresh, fresh. These are just falling right off. You want some?
You mind throwing them in your bag?
All right, you got it.
Thank you.
I feel like you can make a real delicious marinara out of these.
I mean, just think of how fucking easy and fast they grow.
Apparently so, apparently so. Mind Walk has become Tomato Walk. I mean, the way these things shine in the sun is just a thing to behold, guys.
Yeah. I gotta throw these in there.
If you have not had some fresh tomatoes, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
Because the ones you get in the market taste nothing like these. Nothing.
Nothing.
There's no comparison.
Nope.
These things are delicious on a level I can scarcely describe, but we should try to describe it because they're not here. I've been watching people eating steaks on YouTube. And
Yeah.
the meat looks really good.
Yeah.
And the cooking is obviously top notch. But then they get to like describing the flavor and they're just like, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It has a beefy flavor. And it's like, okay, can you give me a little something to work with here?
Well, this is why they're on YouTube. Just kidding. So I think that to me there's a little bit of a citrus kind of vibe to them. Mm-hmm. The skin, the flesh, the outside skin is like taut. Like it's got a pop almost. Not like the little kind of the wan like skin of a regular cherry tomato. And it's got a real kind of piquant, kind of like you got a little rush of kind of sweet, and it's like whatever they're putting all the spices in ketchup.
Yeah.
They're trying to get this flavor.
Yeah, this is
sugar.
just as good as ketchup without even being ketchup. I mean, better than ketchup.
It's better than ketchup, but all the sugar and paprika and salt, they're trying to find this flavor. Without and there's a hawk.
Yeah. To me, it's really interesting because it's refreshing and just so juicy.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's warm because it's out here in the sun.
Yes. They're little bubbles of fucking refreshing. Little refreshing bubbles.
They're a little crunchy on the outside, but the soft interior, it's just like ready to burst. It's like eating the juiciest grape you ever ate.
Look at this, wild corn stalks.
Wild corn! I don't see any corn yet, but
No.
they may not be so wild. They may have been planted here to become corn near the tomatoes, right?
Maybe, or I think it might have been seed that blew over here. And I suspect when corn gets this big, it doesn't fruit anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I give it almost a almost a savory taste, as savory as a fruit can get.
Yeah.
You can taste a bit of salt in there. All right.
Oh, yeah. Now, I wonder, so it's the farmer's market across the road here.
So.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Oh, this one tastes even almost a little bit like an apple almost. Each one of these little guys tastes a little bit different.
Yeah. They don't have a unified flavor.
Yeah, this one almost has like a hint of Gala apple in there.
But yeah, at this farmer's market, I'm sure they don't tell the fancy people there buying their vegetables. That's like, yeah, it's born in the armpit of the 101 and the 405. No.
Something's got to soak up that carbon. So I want to try one of these because look at this guy. Doesn't this look different? Look at the purity of that red.
It does. It's also not as, it's more matte.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Have a taste. I recommend.
Okay.
It's different enough. It's actually just a lot more mellow than these other tomatoes.
Maybe super micros are next. Oh yeah. Like the way they have to grow those chickens. Mm-hmm. A 6-week growing cycle. From chick to fucking just fucking roided out fucking monster.
So yeah, we got the Holy Chicken Farm discussion. Yeah, and we found an actual farm.
Just gonna give this a little try here.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Mylar, our favorite friend.
We had the food, scarcity, population control discussion. I love how all of our mind walks just fold in on each other. I guess at the end of the day, doesn't everything relate to everything because of our interconnected world? You can draw a story.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think that's that. I'd say, on some level, the theme of many of the themes of Mind Walk are our interconnectedness. You know, it's we're trying to connect with the world. We're trying to connect with each other. We're trying to, you know, see our place among nature.
You know, you were saying the other day, I wanted you to remind me of the 3 elements of a mind walk you deduced. You said a mind walk has 3 elements.
Oh, shit. I mean, you know me, I say a lot of shit.
I'm led to believe that these are like, I don't know, some kind of revelations that you have, a deeper understanding, but then
well,
I guess they are just
They are.
They just go away, and then what happens to that understanding?
Well, part of when
You literally were telling me like less than 12 hours ago.
Well, I think it was
I figured out the 3 elements that make a mind walk.
Which is, we're recording it.
Yes, that was one.
We're moving. We're going somewhere, doing something, and it has to have the frame of the Elliot Deutsch music.
That was it.
Yeah.
You didn't forget.
No, I just was. Sometimes some things can be so simple that they feel like a little ridiculous to state it.
Well, does it still feel ridiculous?
No.
I mean, if it does, that's okay.
No, not at all.
But what's the power of that?
The power of that is like anything that happens between the push cues, as long as it's recorded, is a mind walk. That we could do. I was thinking about having an improviser on and just getting a word to start, and our whole mind walk could just be scene. You know, I was thinking about, being educated by various, astronomers, and that's a mind walk. Having interviews, taking people on, like anything that happens. Like that's the power, that's the freedom. That may be also a little bit of our curse in the sense of like, how does a brand or a company or whatever get behind us if we're not doing a Star Wars recap show or whatever? Like, if we don't have a real specific kind of like branding identity. Can they get behind us?
Well, that's something that I've dealt with in my art quite a bit.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that the broadness is itself an artistic territory and statement. And I love the freedom that comes with that. And I love people being able to make of it what they will. So, fuck it.
Fuck it. This is what it is. Sometimes there will be attempts to get a possum skull. Sometimes there will be fresh tomatoes. Sometimes there will be rattlesnakes. Sometimes there will be
guests?
Accidental and on purpose guests.
There's another character, though, that's involved. The walk itself is a character.
The walk and Barney. I mean, I can't imagine us ever attempting to do a walk where Barney wouldn't be welcome.
Oh, well, he'd always be welcome.
Yeah.
It may happen through some convoluted circumstance, but...
I mean, I do have a letter that says he is my emotional support animal. So I may be able to even get him into places. Well, I know for a fact that, like, if I were to carry him or put him in a cart, like you were talking about a specific dystopian nightmare situation that you wanted to do, I think we could just put him in the cart and just cross the boundary. And if they are unhappy with our companion, then that begins the negotiation. You know, because where was I the other day?
But I wanted to talk about the walk, though, just to say that even though the subject matter is broad and perhaps undefined, one of the distinct features of this podcast is that you hear the sounds of us walking.
Yeah, we're going somewhere. Right, bud? Oh, here, let's try. Let's get you... I don't think he's going to want any because I think he already...
And for Barney to get some drink.
Yeah, but he's given us a clue that he wants to be in the... Hey, where are you going? Come here, bud. Yeah. That's all you want? Okay. Yeah, I think I found the perfect water solution.
There's a lot to cover, Sean. We haven't even gotten into my adventures on set.
Your adventures in Hollywood.
I know.
So yeah, talk about that.
Well,
so
remember my, we'll call him Art Sensei.
Yes.
Art Sensei. Been working with him. Last couple of days on set have been not as difficult as the first. I had to rent another U-Haul, but I spent some hours driving that around, dropping off some props. I spent some hours driving to... I had to confront the nightmare, Sean.
Oh, yes.
I would, at this point in my life, never shop at Walmart.
That was Walmart? It wasn't Target?
It was Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't shop there. But they wanted, cheap... they didn't have duvetine, so they wanted just sheets.
Curtains. Oh, sheets, just black sheets or whatever.
Black sheets to hang up using a drill. And to block off a certain area of the set, so it wouldn't be in frame. And they were like, just go buy some of the cheapest bed sheets you can find. So they sent me to Walmart. It's like, well, shit, I guess I'm shopping at Walmart now.
Wow.
Right? That's the job. We got to get it done. And just go in the parking lot, and you see the people just milling in there. Just that kind of, they're ready to consume. They're primed for consumption. There's a security guard at the door, a young lady, long ponytail, but just in all black, wearing all black, like the security guard detail, and just you could see a few like bulges around the pockets where some, deterring equipment was stored. And again, I just want people to remember now, it's like, imagine that when you're walking into Walmart, there's a fucking centurion in full armor holding a spear, just boom, just right there. Or a sword or whatever. Like, this is what you are being confronted with as you are walking in the store. They may be wearing the clothing of the day. They may be wielding different weapons. But that's what it is. That's what it is. There's a violent guard out there watching you, waiting for shit to go down so they can protect the property within.
They're more interested in Gatorade than they are in human dignity.
So you walk into the nightmare, and the first thing you see in Walmart, there's plenty of people all around, most of them wearing masks. First thing you see when you walk in is these towers of hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah.
With the pricing, $2.99, and then those are like the 4-ounce bottles, and then you walk past that tower of hand sanitizer, and then you get to the next tower, and this is the $3.50 tower where it's 7 ounces instead of 5, and then that's all a big brand, all this hand sanitizer, just hundreds of bottles. Then you walk past that, it's another tower, another 4-way tower where there's sanitizer on little cardboard shelves going all the way around in 360 degrees. More bottles of hand sanitizer, more big prices, $4.50, $4.35, 3 or 4 hand sanitizer bottles of various size. There's no fucking shortage. Walmart has it all. It's all there. Then you get past that, and then that's when you see the antifungal foot ointment, which I had a little affinity for because I was like, foot walking. It has a foot.
Sure.
But it was like this antifungal thing, and then there was also an antibacterial cream that was next, and then there was some kind of a brand I hadn't seen before, but it was just like a generic lotion for your hands. It wasn't for sanitary purposes, but it was just like, you're a hard worker, you get cracks in your hands, here's an antibacterial, antifungal cream with vaguely plant-like components, but mostly petroleum, I guess. And then there's just another tower of that, just these totems, towers, monoliths of hygienic adjacent product, right? And that's what I felt like was happening. Hand sanitizer first, okay, we're going to deal with the virus, kill the virus, COVID the virus. And then after that, the things that would kill the virus went away, but it was still like antibacterial stuff. So I felt like it was sort of like, if you're stupid enough to think an antibacterial would protect you from COVID, we're selling that here too, just in case you want to buy that.
Yeah.
All your hygiene, whether it would be effective for COVID or not, is all just there because you're in that mindset. They want to sell it. And then after 6 or 7 towers of all this sanitization stuff, guess what was there? Guess what the next tower was? I want you to take a guess. What was next?
Some kind of Coca-Cola product.
So damn close. 'Cause it's candy.
Candy, yeah. I was like, it's got to be fear, then soothe.
Yes.
Soothe.
Exactly, Sean. You are so wise, Sean. You are so
fear, soothe. But also, this is a soothing lotion. It's a fear-soothing lotion.
Right, it was the bridge between, right?
Yeah.
So, it was just like Snickers and Kit Kats and massive bags, just candy, just huge Hershey's chocolate bars. I mean, I remember king-size Hershey bars, and that was big. But I'm talking about the ones that are like 3 feet long, like the giant Hershey's. Again, made from slave labor and what have
in the
you.
cocoa fields around the world.
Oh, yeah, it was there. Ramp their anxiety up.
Yep.
And then sell them the candy.
Yeah.
Sell them the antidote. Sell them the sugar.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's not there by accident.
No.
It is not there by accident. They're controlling you, man. They're trying to manipulate you into feeling the fear, and then they want to sell you the cure, the soothingness with this fucking candy.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
It's like, for coming from the fetish / S&M world, it's like you get the spank, and then the rub, and the rub, and the rub, and then spank, and then the rub, and then the aftercare, and like, we beat the crap out of you, but we're gonna hug you.
Well, that's there's a sociologist, I believe, who said, it might have been Max Weber, I don't know.
I was gonna say probably Weber,
but human pleasure is sticking your leg out from under the sheets on a cold night and then pulling it back in again.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's exactly what all that is. But it's a little different because in that community context and in a consenting context, you're playing around with your physical feelings, right?
Yeah.
And your emotions around it. But this is just them. Like, you don't really consent to this. You're just there to go buy some fucking bed sheets for your movie production, and they're assaulting your emotions with all of this shit, and then selling you the candy. I just think that everyone who's walking through that, they didn't walk into the S&M hall to go partake of some S&M. They walked into a consumer product space, and they're being subjected to these emotional forces that they, it's not just a shop where you are of your own free will there to peruse the product and choose as a empowered consumer what you want to buy because you know that you need it. That's not what this is.
Yeah. I guess, though, the prophylaxis for me is in, seeing the logo from a distance, right? To me, like that, whatever that weird symbol, it looks like a butthole, right? The Walmart little, I guess it's a flower, but it looks like a butthole. It does. It's just like, it's, I follow an Instagram called Secret Buttholes, and there are all these little shapes that are typically, hey, guys.
We gotta go, Sean.
Oh, so interestingly enough, we've already been taking a break. Cut. Capitalist dystopian nightmare.
We gotta get moving, Sean.
Yep.
Let's move. Yep. We are in the perhaps not so rare circumstance where if we're already resting by the start of a rest, then we have to start moving again.
Yeah, we don't need to keep resting.
But hey, subscribe to Mind Walk Podcast. Follow us on all social media. Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm so glad you're listening, but do it. And also go to the Mind Walk Podcast Patreon and maybe throw us a few coins. And that's going to be the whole pitch.
Yeah, no, but
it's a prophylaxis, but
yeah,
I don't think that, and I don't think it of myself.
Well,
that we are so immune just because we're aware. We are subjected to the forces. We're subjected to the emotional push and pull.
Oh yeah,
and it taxes us and it affects us. And regardless of us, I'm just calling out.
Yeah, what it does.
Phenomenon and how it is just infecting the people. It's infecting consumers, and it's not just at Walmart.
Oh yeah,
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And I think it's, I dare say it's deadly, and it's certainly just emotionally taxing and just destructive.
Yeah.
So regardless of whatever personal prophylaxis you may have, I just want to roundly denounce this.
Two things. The first thing is, you were there for work. Number one, so you were like, got to get my thing done. You didn't even think about grabbing yourself a Gatorade or anything like that because that's you.
Well, I was actually at a weak point. I was like thinking of getting a Snickers because I was stressed out from work.
Yeah, right. It really satisfies.
I was like, I'm going to buy a Snickers. Because I went to first I went to Lowe's to try and get a grate for a door to match a prop, like this a sort of diamond, like a diamond grate, like a metallic grate that was like diamond shape. And I was looking all over for it. We had to match this very specific grate. Now, very stupidly, the grate shape that I was looking for, they had it there. But you know what it was there for? It was there as a guard for people to prevent them from stealing spray paint. And it was also a bed that they used to put plants on top of. And that is exactly what I wanted. That was exactly what I needed. And I was like, this is what I want. I'm telling the sales associates. I kind of just call them fucking workers, okay? When it came over the loudspeaker, they're like, we take the security and safety of all of our customers and associates very seriously. They're fucking workers.
Yes.
Excuse my polemic. They are workers. You calling them associates
it's the meaning.
Is like you're trying to make it sound like they're not just...
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That guy is driving insanely fast.
They're not just people we're exploiting, and forcing to do labor for a pittance. No. These are associates.
Well, they're
associates just like the
if you're in a law firm.
Waltons themselves,
Yes.
right? They're just another part of the company or part of the family, and they're entitled to their share of the profits, just like everyone else. It's like, no. Call them workers. Call them what they are, because that's how you treat them. And that's the dynamic here.
Come on.
Work. You're putting them to work.
We're almost done, bud.
In any case, I spoke to the workers there, and the noble workers.
The clerks, come on. Barney, come on.
And I was like, this is what I want. And they said, oh, yeah, well, we don't sell that. So they had it all around. They had it everywhere. I was looking for it everywhere. They don't sell it. Capitalist dystopian nightmare. It's good enough for them. It's good enough for them to have and use. And then, Art Sensei was like, well, did you ask them where they got it from? And I'm like, that would have taken fucking hours. No one on the floor knows where the fuck that came from. It's all national.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been a whole crusade to find the one person in the store who either knew where it came from or knew who to call. And in short time, get an answer to that question. It would be impossible.
Yeah.
So it was everywhere and nowhere. It felt very capitalist dystopian.
Well, and
nightmare.
also being sent on this, knight errant kind of quest is not the right word.
It was a quest. It's a fetch quest.
A fetch quest. Yeah, you sent on this. And again, like I don't think he was setting you up for failure.
No, of course not. No.
But yes, you had ultimately failed because of the.
Well, I found a substitute.
Oh, good.
I found a substitute, but it wasn't. It's just going to be more work.
Yeah.
But okay, so then there was that.
Oh, real quick, I want to ask though. I mean, I would imagine just as a capitalist, isn't everything for sale?
I would like to believe so. I mean, it's in a store.
Yeah.
I should be able to point to that thing and be like, I want to buy this, and then someone gives me a price.
Yeah. I want to buy that and the shelf, and actually I'm going to buy the whole store now. How much? Give me a price.
You would think so, right?
No.
But apparently it's not designed to have free negotiation like that.
No. It's
not labeled. It's not in the system.
Yeah, there's no negotiation. That's that trap right there, where it's like, I can't change the price. It's in the computer. So It puts us in a position to just take whatever fucking price the market is set on.
I think legally all prices are definitely negotiable. They have to sell it for at least the price that they have on the label. They can't not sell it to you for that price.
Yeah.
But I think, they are all negotiable.
We'll get back to Walmart in a second, but I want to tell you one of, the Walmart stories that happens to me a lot. Oh, it's going to rain.
Protect your mic.
It's going to rain. I mean, look at this bad design. Just bad.
The sprinkler is shooting off into the walkway. Yeah, literally only half of the sprinkler is getting onto the golf course, and the rest is watering the walking path and also the cart path.
Such shit design. One of the things that happens to me a lot when I go to Walmart or Target too, I go there like a specific item, like a toaster oven, and I'll get to the shelf and I will see just the most incredible price for an object, and I'm like, it says Oster, okay, I'm gonna grab it. And I get up there and it comes up as the wrong price.
Yeah.
Like what I would have expected it to be. And I'm like, well, what's going on? It's labeled this. Oh, well, that's a different model. That's a different brand. And somehow it got mislabeled. Yeah. So, and this has happened to me more times than I can count, which makes me think, most likely incompetence, but I definitely think it's by design, where these things are mislabeled. You think you're getting a deal. You take it to the counter. They give you the wrong price, and you're just so beat down that you're like, I'll just pay the big price then. But every time for me, and usually what happens is they give me the wrong price. They tell me the fucking label is mislabeled, and I just literally just turn and walk away. I don't say anything to the fucking person at the register. I just do not, I've just already stopped engaging in that moment, because it's like, either everybody here is fucking stupid or I'm being tricked. And I'm like, I can't give my money to either of those situations. If I am supporting stupidity, they're just going to keep hiring stupid people to do the same stupid job. I cannot give them my money. But if they're doing it on purpose, if it's malicious, it's like, fuck you.
I want to give the worker a little bit more leeway here. A lot of times they're being forced to deal with, okay, now we got to relabel this and rechange that price and reshift these things around. So it's not necessarily that they're stupid.
No, but again, so if they're doing...
The system is stupid.
The system is stupid. Again, I don't want to support that. But I'm saying, like, also, if they are changing things with such rapidity that the people can't get up, then it is, on some level, a systemic thing to create confusion, discord, and it's like, I don't think they're necessarily stupid. I think that there's probably a lot of like desperation if you're working at Target or whatever. You just need a job.
And also it can be people who walk through the store and pick up things and put them on other shelves.
Yeah, but again, they should honor, they should honor it. I mean, I'm just like, why am I the one being punished for everybody else's problem? Again, it's like, but again, I don't give a fuck.
Well, you clearly do.
No, I'm saying, like, as soon as I feel like things are wrong, I just leave. And it is a waste of my time to go to those places, because oftentimes I'll have to go to 2 or 3 of them to get what I'm looking for. I don't know what they are.
Well, what are?
These little peach-colored fruits. You think they're kumquats? No. I don't know what they are.
There's a butterfly in the fence.
Are you going to be able to get out, buddy? Should we try to help him?
I wouldn't know how to try.
Here, how about come through this hole, bud? Over here. Over here. Yeah, I'll just leave this hole open. Over here. Come on, buddy. Right here.
There he goes.
There he goes. Good job. We are heroes. We are. Even though that butterfly is only going to live for about a day, at least he won't be living his whole day trapped within a
fence.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wanted to defend the worker there a bit. Just calling them all stupid to me seems a little bit harsh.
It's harsh. I agree.
Especially because, they're also being underpaid for their labor.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I would really just rather hold the corporation responsible than the workers.
I agree. And I suppose when I say stupid, it's not necessarily they're stupid. And again, they're hypnotized and abused and they're stultified. All of it. It's like they're in a system that just brutalizes our brains.
Well, they're subjected to all of the forces. As an employee, they are still subjected to the marketing which they are creating.
Yeah. Well,
they go.
They're in it.
Yeah.
They're in it. They're totally hypnotized by it.
So as I was exiting the that fucking hardware store that I was at, Lowe's, I saw the Snickers sign and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy one.
Shit.
I'm going to do it. I want the comfort of the Snickers. And then I go around to buy it, but they were victims. Victims of their own dystopia. Victims of their own dystopia, for they did not sell individual Snickers, but huge bags of Snickers.
Oh.
And I was not prepared to buy a huge bag of Snickers just to have one Snickers, so they lost out.
Yeah.
They lost out on my purchase.
Yep.
I was ready to cave, but no individual Snickers for sale. This was then mirrored at the Walmart because I was there to buy bed sheets.
Yep.
But of course, because it's stupidly Walmart, they don't sell individual bed sheets. They only sell packages of bed sheets.
Yep.
So I had to buy sheets and then coupled with a fitted sheet and 2 pillowcases.
Yep.
And so, can the fitted sheet be used in that way? It's like maybe if it's a small enough area.
Yeah.
then maybe. So I had to buy those, and I bought them. And then I took the cart. Oh, man. So they got the escalators for the people, and they got the escalators for the carts. And the escalators for the cart have these teeth in them, these horrible teeth that grab on to the cart and pull it up for you. This is space. This is energy.
Electricity.
This is resources
Yeah.
that are being spent to transport the cart. No people, carts. This is for the fucking cart over here. The cart has its own cart. So,
Do you think that there's a love affair between some of the carts and the cart carrier? That they're like, oh, I get to see you again. It's been so long since your teeth have run against
well, there's
my...
definitely going to be a... the cart... Oh, that?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I meant the cart pusher.
No.
Like they get up to the top and they're like, I've been separated from these products for so long and now I'm reunited. And, I need to buy them soon so I can make sure I have them.
Oh, no, I that's interesting. No, I think shopping carts are hungry, right? They're just like,
they got these empty
fill me
bellies.
up. Fill me up.
So then I get up there, get up to floor 2, get the bedding, and I'm ready to go down. But man, watching those carts be pulled up, this cart carrier, again, it just makes me feel like this wasn't designed for me. This store is designed for the fucking cart.
Yeah.
So then I load up the cart, and then I'm getting ready to go down. And make my purchase. The cart carrier is
Jammed.
malfunctioning. It is broken. There's a red
Hilarious.
flashing light. The teeth are not crunching. The conveyor belts are not conveying. Now we're just of an island. We're stuck up here with our carts, with our products in our carts. And we what do? We've just filled them to the brim. We're filled to the brim, and now we can't transport it. And now we're just stuck because it was built for the carts, but now it's broken down for the carts. And that leaves the person stranded. Capitalist dystopian nightmare.
You're trapped.
But
you
know
were
what I did?
trapped. You just took all the shit out of the
I
cart.
just carried it
Yeah.
with me. And in truth, they did have like a giant elevator somewhere where
Yeah.
you could go in with your cart and stand in with the other people in the giant elevator in the cart.
And,
go up
and breathe
down.
and breathe their diseased air.
Yep. And and I got some paint, and so these were my adventures. These were my adventures in the dystopia, and it just got me thinking, like, this is how infrequently I go to these kinds of stores. I'm so glad I go to them infrequently, because I go there and it's just like, oh my god, this is hideous and
It
horrible.
all becomes revealed.
I never want to be part of this
It's-
again. Oh god, no. Oh god, no.
I mean, those of us that can avoid Amazon and Walmart should. There was, before my surgery, there was one item that I could only get at Walmart.com. Mm-hmm. I guess I could get it at like Gift. Or what? Yeah, what's that? No, what's that Chinese company? Mm-hmm. But it was a silicone mouth guard.
Now let's keep walking for just a minute, because I have one more small tale to tell. Let's
Okay.
keep the feet crunching along.
One more small tale to tell.
So yeah, you were trying to get a...
Oh yeah, just a mouth guard. And basically the only place I could get it was online and at Walmart.com. And I was like, well, fuck, I guess that's what I gotta get. Just a sec, bud.
The final insult, I'm waiting in line to buy the stuff, to buy the bed sheets. And it was really sad. This black woman kind of doesn't cut in front of me, but just not in the line sense, but cuts quickly in front of me to get at a door to a refrigerator that has a beverage in it, because of course they're selling you the concessions in the line.
Yes.
And she's just like very, oh, excuse me, and I'm thinking like, oh, it's fine, everything's cool, you know?
Yeah.
Like, no worries. Like, I appreciate that you're
Being so
wanting
careful.
to be considerate, that so I don't think you're cutting, or you're just trying to be polite or whatever. But it just seemed like she was very nervous to be making this move. She opened the door, she got the beverage, and then she's like, oh, sorry, I wasn't 6 inches.
She said 6 inches.
She said 6 inches.
Woo!
So she was very nervous. Maybe it was the radiant power of my whiteness that was also perhaps making her nervous. I don't know if there's like an element of like because of white supremacy, if black people are like more like if they're doing something that isn't even intrusive, if there's like this oppressive force that's like pushing them into like this, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting in your way, that kind of energy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They don't want to trigger what could potentially be your white supremacy.
So that,
it's a
Nintendo sock.
But yeah, I guess you'd put it on your golf club.
So, I didn't, I tried not to feel too much white guilt in that moment, but I thought perhaps that was an element that was at play. But yeah, the 6 inches comment was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm checking out, and I don't have enough cash. I wasn't given enough cash by Art Sensei to get all the bed sheets. So I used the cash that he gave me for two of them, and then bought the third one on my debit card. But while I'm doing this, and while I'm taking the cash and change and putting the cash back in my wallet and making sure that I have the receipt because I want to
be reimbursed
and just keep things on the record. So, and you know me, I can be very thorough about this kind of stuff. So I'm doing like all these steps and making sure, and I don't just want to like cram it in there because I don't want it to fall out later and all this stuff. And meanwhile, with each moment, like the nagging pressure of like there are people in line, they're waiting to go. They want to get out. They want to check out. I'm making all these special requests. Oh, please divide it into 2 purchases. Oh, I'm going to use cash for this one. Oh, yes, I do need the receipt. Oh, no, but now I need to get my card out. Oh, and like all these different, like, oh no, void that one because I don't have enough cash. So, and then redo it. And it's not really taking that long.
No.
And it's all just simple transaction stuff. And yet the constructed environment just has me feeling like, fuck, I'm wasting everyone's time, and I feel like shit. I feel bad about it. Now I got to rush. And it just is so unnecessary that I should be putting that pressure on myself in that situation.
Yeah.
But, like, that's
the way they've
the
designed
situation,
it.
You know?
That is the design. That is the design. It's not designed for leisure. It's not designed to make us feel like we got plenty of time to take care of what we need to. I mean, again, like, I also consider there's something soothing about being in the belly of the beast, being in a consumer environment for me. Like, I went to REI the other day and I was just like, I just wanted to like look at things and comparison shop. And you all right, bud? Yeah, let's get that out of your paw.
You wanted to shop.
Oh, that's not us. Yeah. Oh, poor guy. Oh, come here. Yeah. I wanted to kind of relax among the consumables and like fantasize. Ooh, am I going to buy this thing? Ooh, am I going to buy that thing? Mm-hmm. And it's relaxing. But then I think REI is a different story because they're never going to make you feel rushed there. They have real good consumer design from my standpoint of like, nothing's too crowded, nothing's shouting at you. It's like it going back to Holy Chicken. It's going back to like this kind of, wood and green and making it feel like a real nice.
And the people who are there have an outdoor sensibility, so they at least appreciate nature.
Oh, yeah. I love REI. So, what do we talk about today? Tomatoes. Holy Chicken.
Golf course.
Yep.
Redux.
Yep.
Or not redux, but regoose.
Talked about archery.
Yeah, we talked about a human sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
And COVID, of course.
Yes. Talked politics a little bit.
Yeah.
Talked a little bit. Politics 1 million.
Politics 1 million. Follow on Twitter. My task as a Bernie delegate is coming to a close within a few maybe about a week,
Okay.
we'll say. So, man, it's been an intense week of just Bernie delegating, mind walking, and being on set. I've got more stories to tell on set for a future mind walk.
Will we be doing one tomorrow?
I don't know. Maybe we'll just do a switchback tomorrow, but I suppose we'll record one tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. We want to get in the walk, so let's get in the mind
Well,
walk.
I mean, we'll at least record it.
Yeah. Any other subjects that we missed?
Probably. Oh, we got the AutoCart.
Yes, yeah.
The AutoCart.
The golf club cart, which again, the cart that was carrying the golf clubs and the escalator carrying the cart. I mean, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's
so
there's a symmetry to poetry. But again, like these are all the designs. These are all the extruded designs that come out of the capitalist dystopia. No one can carry their own clubs because, oh, my back, I've worked so hard as an accountant sitting at a desk. I can't carry these clubs. And I need to buy way too many things than I can carry at this Walmart.
Right, so I need to put them in the cart, then the cart needs to be carried, and then it needs to go in the car.
Yeah.
And then it needs to go in the house where there are too many things for me to hold.
Oh, you mean that? Okay, back to car design. I mean, this is why we can't have tiny cars.
Because we need to put all our shit in them.
Yeah. The reason I won't get rid of my 4Runner is because I find weird crap and I throw it in the back.
Subscribe to Mindwalk Podcast. Follow Mindwalk Pod on all social media. Become a capitalist dystopian for $1.99 a month. Become a trail angel and get 5 episodes a week, although you're going to get them all this month because we just want to flex like that. Or join the Barney the Wonder Dog tier, and then you'll get extra videos, which you'll also get for free this month. But fucking support us anyway, because we're just out here for you. We're out here for us. We're trudging through the capitalist dystopian nightmare, and we just want to help you and shepherd you through with us.
Yeah. Come on a mind walk with us.
Come on, a
Mind walk!
See you next time.
Bye-bye.